In almost every ocean documentary, the great white shark is framed as the final boss of the sea. We see it launching out of the water after seals, rows of teeth filling the screen, narration calling it the ultimate predator. It is fast, heavily armed, and tuned by evolution to hit hard and disappear into the deep. From a distance, it looks unbeatable. But in nature, apex predator does not mean invincible. Even great whites have enemies, weaknesses, and moments where they lose. In the last few decades, scientists have found scars on shark bodies, strange bite marks on floating carcasses, and even direct video showing other animals attacking and killing great whites. In some places, entire populations of sharks have vanished from a coastline almost overnight, not because of fishing, but because something bigger and smarter moved in. In this video, we are going to look at 7 animals that can defeat a great white shark by overpowering it under the right conditions. The first animal that can clearly overpower a great white shark is the orca. Orcas are actually the largest members of the dolphin family, often longer and heavier than a great white, with powerful tails, strong jaws, and one big advantage the shark does not have: teamwork. They live in close family groups called pods and move with a level of coordination that looks almost choreographed. When they interact with sharks, they do not rush in at random. In several well-documented events, orcas have been seen pushing a great white from below or the side and then rolling it onto its back. That position sends the shark into a state called tonic immobility, where it becomes still and unresponsive. Once the shark is in that state, the orcas focus on the area around the liver, a rich, oily organ they seem to seek out on purpose, often leaving much of the rest of the body behind. In some coastal areas, the arrival of just a few orcas has made great whites leave for weeks or months, showing that orcas can overpower them both physically and simply by being present. The next animal that can come out on top against a great white lives mostly in darkness: the sperm whale. Sperm whales are the largest toothed animals on the planet, many times heavier than even a large great white shark. They dive more than 1 kilometer to search for giant squid and other powerful prey. They use powerful sound blasts and a huge lower jaw to handle life in the deep. A healthy adult sperm whale is simply on another level in size and strength. When they feel threatened at the surface, sperm whales are known to form a tight circle around their calves, with their heads in and their tails out. Those tails are strong enough to seriously damage anything that comes too close. Groups of sperm whales have been seen holding their ground against other large ocean predators, including big sharks. We do not have clear video of a sperm whale overpowering a great white, but in a real confrontation, the sheer mass, muscle, and deep diving design of the whale would give it a huge advantage. Further down in the same deep ocean where sperm whales hunt, another possible rival waits in the dark. The giant squid is built very differently from a shark or a whale. It has a soft body, huge eyes, and long feeding tentacles lined with powerful suckers and small hooks. Most of what we know about giant squid comes from bodies washed ashore or from marks left on their enemies. Some great whites and other large sharks have been found with round scars on their skin that match the pattern of squid suckers, clear signs that these two hunters sometimes meet and struggle. In the deep, where visibility is low and the squid can reach out from below, a strong individual could wrap itself around a shark's head or gill area and cause serious harm. We do not know how often that happens or which side usually wins, but the scars on sharks and sperm whales show that giant squid are capable of putting up a serious fight and, in the right moment, could overpower even a large shark. Next up is the colossal squid. Where the giant squid is long and ribbon-like, the colossal squid is shorter and much thicker, with a compact body and tentacles lined with strong suckers and swiveling hooks. Almost all confirmed records come from cold southern waters, where these squids share the depths with sperm whales. When whales are brought to the surface for study, the scars on their heads and faces show how hard a large squid can fight back when it is grabbed in the dark. Great whites rarely enter those icy regions, so a direct meeting between a colossal squid and a white shark would be unusual and, as far as we know, has never been recorded. Even so, the squid's size and equipment suggest that if a large shark did stray into that world, a strong colossal squid could at least defend itself, aiming for soft areas like the eyes or near the gills. It is a mostly theoretical matchup, but one where the shark would not have an easy time. Closer to the surface and much nearer to shore, a very different kind of rival uses speed and coordination instead of hooks and suction cups. Dolphins. Orcas themselves are technically the biggest dolphins, but here we are talking about smaller species like bottlenose dolphins and some of their close relatives. These animals live in tight social groups, communicate constantly, and often work together when they feed or defend their young. When a shark moves into an area where a pod is resting or hunting, the dolphins do not always move out of the way. In some well-documented cases, groups of dolphins have surrounded a shark, swimming tight circles around it and taking turns darting in front of its head. They can deliver hard hits with their snouts to the side or underside of the shark, especially near the gill area, and this repeated pressure can make the shark turn away or leave altogether. Most of the time, this behavior is seen with medium-sized sharks rather than full-grown great whites, and it is not a guaranteed victory, but it shows that a determined pod of dolphins has the speed, focus, and group strength to stand its ground and sometimes push even large sharks out of their territory. The sixth animal on this list is the tiger shark, one of the few shark species large and powerful enough to challenge a young great white shark under the right conditions. Tiger sharks are heavy-bodied hunters with wide mouths and a very broad diet. Studies of their stomach contents have found fish, sea turtles, rays, seabirds, and smaller sharks. In coastal areas where tiger sharks and juvenile great whites overlap, both are drawn to the same rich food sources, such as injured fish or large dead animals drifting offshore. Around those concentrated feeding spots, size and confidence matter. A much larger tiger shark can use its bulk and strong bite to dominate the space, forcing a smaller great white to give way or risk serious injury. There are very few clear observations of tiger sharks overpowering fully grown great whites, and for healthy adults, the The great white shark is usually higher on the food chain. But for younger animals that are still growing, a big tiger shark is a real competitor. And in close contact, it is one of the few sharks that can realistically come out on top. The seventh animal on this list is our own species, Homo sapiens. From a great white's point of view, humans are the most influential rival in the entire ocean, not because of teeth or speed, but because of tools and scale. Great whites are sometimes caught on long lines and in large nets set for other fish, or removed in targeted programs along some coasts. Around the world, millions of sharks of many species are taken from the sea each year, while only a very small number of serious incidents with people are recorded in return. Even in places where great whites are legally protected, they can still be affected by accidental capture, loss of prey, or changes to their habitat driven by human activity. In that sense, our species defeats great whites in a way no other animal can, by reshaping entire ecosystems, controlling where they are safe to swim, and deciding through laws, fishing practices, and public opinion how many of them will be allowed to survive. Seen together, these 7 rivals show that even a great white shark has limits. Orcas use family teamwork and learned techniques to flip sharks out of their element. Sperm whales and deep-sea squids hold the advantage in cold, dark water, where sheer size, pressure, and long-reaching arms change what a fight even looks like. Dolphins rely on speed, tight group coordination, and well-aimed bumps to stand their ground near coasts. Tiger sharks compete with younger great whites around rich food sources and can dominate when they have the size advantage. And above all of them, humans shape the rules of the ocean with boats, nets, hooks, and laws, deciding where great whites can live safely and how many will be left. The point of these matchups is not to imagine constant battles under the waves, but to understand that even the most famous predator is still part of a larger web of power, competition, and fear. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments which rival surprised you the most, or which ocean matchup you would like to dive into next. Thanks for watching, and if you want more stories about animals that cannot be kept, saved, or controlled, consider subscribing.